Hi, how are you today? I hope you're doing well. Please review today's news segments, and then we'll get started.
This is VOA News. I'm Joe Ramsey. Pope Francis invoked prayers for both the Ukrainian and Russian people in his Easter message. Francis also praised nations that help refugees and appealed for dialogue between Israelis and Palestinians. Tens of thousands of faithful joined the 86-year-old Pope on Sunday to celebrate Christianity's most joyful day at Mass in a flower-adorned St. Peter's Square. He prayed that God help, quote, the beloved Ukrainian people on their journey toward peace and asked for the light of Easter to be shed upon the people of Russia. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy denounced Russian airstrikes coinciding with the observance of Orthodox Palm Sunday, including an attack that killed a father and daughter at the home in the city of Zaporizhzhia. Ukraine's military reported Russian attacks and shelling throughout the front, with the heaviest fighting still focused on two cities in eastern Donetsk region, Bakhmut and Avdiivka. Israeli jets hit southern military targets on Sunday in response to rockets launched toward Israeli-controlled territory. Lauren Anthony from Reuters reports.
State media in Syria reported explosions in the vicinity of the capital Damascus. Israel said its forces had continued to hit Syrian territory after 6 rockets were fired overnight towards the Golan Heights. Israel said artillery and drone strikes hit the rocket launchers and were followed by airstrikes against a Syrian army compound, military radar systems and artillery posts. Lebanon-based Al Mayadeen TV said the rocket salvos that entered Israeli-controlled territory were claimed by Al-Quds brigades, the armed wing of the Iranian-backed Palestinian Islamic Jihad movement.
Reuters correspondent Lauren Anthony. This is VOA News. Israel's government on Sunday rejected claims raised in documents allegedly leaked from the U.S. Defense Department that leaders of its foreign intelligence service Mossad had supported nationwide protest against a proposed overhaul of Israel's judiciary. The New York Times on Saturday published an assessment it attributed to a Central Intelligence update from March 1st that Mossad leadership had encouraged its staff and Israeli citizens to join the mass protests. The paper said that while the leaked documents seemed authentic, it did not mean that they were accurate. Netanyahu's overall plan has sparked unprecedented public anger since his coalition of hard right and religious parties came to power late last year, and has also caused alarm among Israel's Western allies. The U.S.'s top health official says nothing is off the table when it comes to making sure a commonly used abortion pill remains available to women. AP correspondent Julie Walker reports.
Rallies and protests were held across the country this weekend. Meanwhile, President Joe Biden's health secretary Javier Becerra told CNN State of the Union they're doing everything to fight a Texas federal judge's ruling suspending the FDA's approval of mifepristone in use since 2000. The Justice Department already appealing, and there's also a competing ruling from a Washington state federal judge. Planned Parenthood President Alexis McGill Johnson says mifepristone is safe and the Texas judge's ruling is wrong.
He relied a lot on junk science, if I can even call it science.
Mifepristone and misoprostol, another abortion drug, remain available while the case works its way through the courts. I'm Julie Walker.
There is grieving in the northern U.S. state of Wisconsin after the deaths of 2 police officers who were killed in a traffic stop. AP correspondent Jackie Quinn reports.
Wisconsin's Department of Justice says it's leading the investigation into what happened Saturday in Barron County. A police officer from Shattuck conducted a traffic stop, which resulted in a shootout with the driver. Another officer from nearby Cameron was also involved. Both officers were killed. The motorist was shot as well and died at an area hospital. Tributes are coming in from surrounding police agencies. Wisconsin's Attorney General says he's deeply saddened and sends condolences for the families, communities, and fellow officers. I'm Jackie Quinn.
8 people are not responding to calls and are thought to be under the rubble of 2 buildings that collapsed in an explosion early on Sunday in the southern French city of Marseille, local officials said. The cause of the explosion was not yet known, and a collapse caused a fire that complicated rescue efforts and investigations, and it was not brought under control, according to an official. I'm Joe Ramsey.
Thank you for watching. Can you do me a favor? Please leave a comment in the comments section below. That would really help. Thank you, and see you again soon.